Alright, well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Kendall review. I'm KendallWolf1, and today we are reviewing Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. He is one of the very few of the dinosaurs that was ever released from it. But in my opinion, he's the most badass because considering that he's the only one you play as story-wise. Well, in the game, he starts out in robot mode. He has himself a sword, Energon sword, and Energon shield, which are both detachable. Shield can either be attached in the little peg hole here through the peg, and shields are flying. And no, this isn't a flying shield. Through its little peg hole. You can also hold it in his hand, but it's hard, and in order to do it, you have to hold it sideways, and that it just doesn't look as good. Now, like with all the other Fall of Cybertron figures, the weapons can be interchanged. Like, for instance, the guns from Fall of Cybertron, Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, you can put up onto his shoulders. And the small gun from Fall of Cybertron Jazz, you can give it to his hand, reattach his shield, and now you have a weaponized Grimlock. All the holes are the same size on all the figures, so you can put any of the weapons on any of them, which, in my opinion, is a cool gimmick. Same time, not so much, because it doesn't really give them any individuality. Now, one problem with Grimlock, at least for mine, is he's weak at the knees, because they don't exactly bend except for forward, and because of the dinosaur head, which will for the part of the transformation, which we'll get into later, kind of makes him a little forward heavy sometimes. So you have to pose him just right like this, otherwise he's going to lean forward and sometimes he'll fall. Now, one gimmick that he has is that, with thanks to the batteries in this small compartment here, he lights up, which for Dinosaur was him trying to use a flamethrower, but you can actually trigger it to make his chest light up. Transformation-wise, depending on how loose or hard your joints are, will determine how easy this can be. The transformation is simple, but the joints make it a little difficult sometimes. First, pull back the hands, fold them down, and there you have a foot. Do the same on the other side. Now, reach back here, pull out his head, and it snaps into place. Turn the legs, ratchet them down, and fold them in. Now, they are on ratchets to give him a little bit of posability, but I would not recommend it because they can be hard to get back into place. For the finish up with the transformation for the tail, they go onto little pegs, so pull those back. Same for the other side. Snaps together at the tail, push the feet down. Pull his little arms out, bend his legs a little, and there we have Grimlock in dinosaur mode. Now you can do what I like to do, and you can store his shield and sword on his sides. Even though that doesn't look as good, it's really the only place you can store them without if you don't want to lose them. He can pose a little, not that much, due to the fact that you can't really move his legs outside of these small joints. And sometimes his claws don't always sit correctly due to the hand. That's where the hands are. Now, to show the gimmick that I did earlier, there's a little tab right here. You pull it back, and his whole dinosaur head lights up. In game, that's when he's using a flamethrower. See what I mean by the joints being tough and you don't really want to pose him all that much? But that's pretty much it. Any fan of Transformers, either for the TV series or the games or just a collector, I'd highly recommend him for your collection. He's a great piece, he has a great mold, and in all honesty, he just looks like a badass. Alright, this is Kendall Wolf 1. Till next time, peace.